Spid had had a hard day. "I've had such a hard day," he moaned. "Work, work, work. Then work some more. It's all I ever do. No wonder I've got backache and leg ache and arm ache. If I had a neck, I'd probably have neck ache too." To ease his aches, he decided to have a shower. "And then, Spid," he said to himself, "you must have a soothing cup of Earl Moth tea. You know that always makes you feel better." The shower and the tea did make Spid feel much more cheerful, especially when he realised he could now settle down for the evening and read his book. "Excellent idea, Spid. He said to himself. Spid was reading a book by H.G. Spids. It was called The First Spidling on the Moon. And funnily enough, it was about the first spidling on the moon. If you didn't realise a spidling had been to the moon, then it's high time you read H.G. Spids' book. Spid loves stories about space. He loved science fiction TV series too, like Spidlings in Space and Spid Trek. He even loved songs with a bit of a space theme. Spid Life on Mars by Spidvid Blowy was one of his favourites. Not that Spid wanted to go to Mars. It was too far away, and he wasn't sure how he felt about visiting a planet named after a chocolate bar. His girlfriend Bid said the chocolate bar was named after the planet, but Spid didn't believe her. "They've called it Planet Mars for a reason," he thought. "I wouldn't chance it. Supposing I got there and found myself knee-deep in nugget." But the moon? How Spid dreamed of going to the moon. It was so much closer. He could get on a flight, land there, walk about a bit, and be back in time for tea. He'd once mentioned this to his friend, Herman, but Herman had looked doubtful. "I think you might need to take your tea with you," he'd said. "And definitely a flask of something hot. The first men who went to the moon took 100 hours to get there. After the 77th, they'd probably wish they'd stayed at home and mowed the lawn instead." Spid couldn't imagine anyone wanting to stay at home to mow the lawn if they had a chance to go to the moon, even if it did take 100 hours to get there. "Oh well," he said to himself, "it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. You'll never be able to go, Spid. You couldn't afford it. If you can't afford to get married, you definitely can't afford to go to the moon, which is a shame," he added. "All that cheese. Bid had told Spid the moon wasn't made of cheese, but once again he didn't believe her.